So there was many traders within the stock market, whereas the SPY was crashing to low 630s to low 620s, wasn't too long ago we were at 619, they were all stating that the stock market was going to crash. For those of you who are subscribed to this channel, I had explained to you that there was going to be a swing trading opportunity set up where you're going to want to go a couple weeks out up until about 2 months to swing trade calls as the stock market was going to recover and hit new all-time highs on track for 650. With that being said, if you did decide to take that swing trade on calls, you would have had a phenomenal green day in terms of today. Now, for those of you who used last night's game plan, you should have had a phenomenal green day buying the breakout at 638 because I made it very clear. As long as the SPY is holding above 636, it's maintaining bullish. And in terms of buying call options, if the SPY breaks above 638, you're going to want to buy initially at that higher level into the breakout and then look to sell into the move. And then I made it very, very clear, once the market hits new all-time highs towards 640, it's likely going to drop first, which it ended up doing as well, retest 638, which it ended up doing as well, then it's going to recover for new all-time highs in a strong bullish trending close, which was another trade idea for you to be buying call options. So for those of you who utilized the game plan, you should have had a phenomenal green day. Now, I don't expect you to do in terms of what we ended up doing inside of Team Roar, because we ended up buying 642 SPY calls at 27 cents, adding to the winners 3 times to triple the gains, and end up selling towards the exact peak for nearly a 300% profit return as the call options went above 90 cents a contract. And then after that, we had a quick trade on puts. It was about a 30% plus win. And then we had a quick 100% winner on SPX calls. I'm going to be breaking down all of the massive wins that we had inside of Team Roar. Losing remains a personal choice. With that being said, let's get into tonight's game plan. So in terms of tonight's game plan, and also want to make one thing very, very clear. Inside of Team Roar tomorrow, I am planning to trade bullish BLSH. That's going to be an IPO that's going to be released tomorrow. That's something that's on my radar. Going to be keeping a close eye on that, likely even for a potential swing trade as well. But anyways, man, in terms of the SPY, this is what I want to bring awareness to. I made it very, very clear that in terms of the green, red, green pattern, which again is a pattern that I ended up, creating in terms of on my own with pattern recognition and understanding that literally, if you watched the video on Sunday, you should have been well aware that the market was on track to have a strong, bullish, trending week. All the people who were saying the market was going to crash, none of them mentioned all these bullish patterns with the green, red, green. If you looked at the weekly chart, literally every single time for the past couple years, there's been a green, red, green pattern on the SPY. It just goes up. If you watched that video, you should have been well aware that all we were going to be doing is buying calls on oversold dips. And if you ended up buying calls on oversold dips, you should have had a phenomenal green day. If you took the swing trade, you should have had a phenomenal swing trade. It finally paid off. I mean, look at this fucking recovery, man. This is fucking amazing. 620 all the way to 643 in such a short period of time. But anyways, man, in terms of the game plan, let's get straight into this. So this is what I want you to be aware of. We're going to keep focusing on this pattern because it worked out so fucking well. Now, in terms of this pattern, this was the red 30-minute bar, right? Once SPY breaks above that, I told you to buy calls. And then once it has that breakout, sell into the move. And then when it retests, towards that previous 30-minute red candle, you're going to want to buy calls again, right? So in terms of the overall game plan, if you would have just listened to what I said, in terms of last night, you could have been buying call options as soon as this had a breakout. You could have went long in terms of, futures. You could have went long right here, sold the rip, and then once it retest, you could have went long again. And in terms of the break and retest, we had a bullish trend reversal pattern. Look at this. This is a very bullish trend reversal pattern. You have a green bullish 30-minute candlestick right here, 2 slanted to the red, and then strong bullish recovery, right? And it was at a break and retest zone right here, retest zone at 637, retest zone at 638. It already spiked to 640. Obviously, you're going to want to buy calls on a break and retest with this bullish pattern. That recently repeated itself, as you can see right here. Look at this pattern. You had resistance right here. This was the breakout. This was the retest. Green 30-minute candle, green 30-minute candle, 2 slanted red, 2 slanted red, green bullish 30-minute candle, green bullish 30-minute candle. You see how these candlesticks look identical, right? It's just this is on a smaller scale. And then look, massive breakouts to new highs. This was the same exact pattern. You guys seeing this? Green, green, double red slanted, double red slanted. That's where the floor starts to form. And then, you have this red in the middle, green in the middle, this pattern that I disclosed to you. I recently showed you it, right? And then you have the same pattern, red in the middle, green in the middle, bullish breakout, bullish breakout. I literally explained to you to use that pattern to make money on calls. This is all from the past recap, and it literally happened at the level. Like, you should have been buying calls. Literally, you should have been in, if not towards this level right here at 638, you should have been in as soon as this 30-minute candlestick closed right here, and then you should have been in right here towards 639.50. The history repeated itself. It got new all-time highs. So in terms of the pattern, what happens next? It's getting a bit more difficult. It's a little bit more difficult, and the reason why it's a little bit more difficult here is because it had such a massive move. It had such a massive move, and now we're just sitting at all-time highs. So it's a bit more difficult in terms of the game plan. Let's dissect this. I'm going to get very surgical here, and I'm going to see in terms of what is that we're working with, because like I said, I do all this on spot. So in terms of what I'm looking at here, this was the overall pattern. We had the resistance, we had the break, we had the retest, right? So in terms of when the SPY started, really breaking out, it seems that it started to come back down, started to come back down. Now, when it did come back down, in terms of where it was bottoming towards, the high of this 30-minute red. It was bottoming towards the high of this 30-minute red, and then also towards the lower end of this channel, right? So in terms of trading the best setups at the best prices from the call side, what I would encourage you is to just ease the brakes. I would encourage you to ease the brakes. Again, this is strictly trading off of, in terms of the game plan a night before, giving you the best setups at those prices, keeping you updated in terms of the market, right? So what I'm telling you is the best thing you can do is to wait for an opportunity for calls at an oversold level. Think about it. If you use the game plan, you should have crushed it on calls. So now what I'm telling you to do is I want you to preserve those gains, preserve those capital. In terms of tomorrow, I'm going to be focused a lot more on this IPO that's coming out, BLSH, than SPY heading into tomorrow. It's not just because of the IPO and that opportunity, but it's also just understanding in terms of the call side and the bullish side. Now is the time where, for those of you who want to play it smart, look to buy an oversold dip. So in terms of the oversold dip levels, I'm gonna give you some levels. So in terms of the market, 642.70, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm not even gonna clear this off because it's literally almost the same fucking levels, right? There's just gonna be one new range. So these are gonna be the levels. Right here, 638 to 637 is gonna be a strong buy zone. 638 to 637, strong buy zone with this overall pattern. The next buy zone below that is going to be right here, the high and the lows of these candles. So 636 to 635. Those are your two buy zones. Those should be phenomenal buy zones. If you're looking for even a swing trade opportunity, I'm telling you, once we get to 635, market's probably going to have a strong bullish rally. So if you're looking for the best levels, 635 to 636 is the best level. It's also a strong zone to consider swing trading call options, right? Now, in terms of your higher middle zone, it's going to be at 637 to 638. You could look to lean more towards 637.50 to 637. This is expected to be a very solid bounce zone, but based off that overall pattern, it's going to try to bounce first at around this zone for a nice scalping opportunity. But then it could attempt to drop lower to this zone, and that could be towards the absolute bottom. So this could be a great scalp play. This could be a great swing trade. Both zones that I'm very interested in call options. So in terms of the overall game plan, it's literally the same levels as yesterday, except in terms of the simplicity of it, you're going to want to use strong bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations in between this zone. It's not the best zone, but we should bounce first. Now, in terms of this zone, this is more of an auto buy zone. Just look to get in. Once the market drops back down to 636 to 635, you're going to want to look to get in automatically on calls, right? So in terms of what we're doing here, we're focused on that pattern. And in terms of that pattern, that's the pattern that, made you guys very, very successful with the levels in terms of day trading SPY today. So now I'm telling you to preserve some capital, right? And as you're preserving your capital, you can move somewhere else. You can look at other tickers. Like I said, I'm well understanding in terms of being a bull. The best thing I can do is wait for it to drop back down, right? Especially in terms of, giving you guys a game plan the night before, right? Especially a lot of beginners watching this video and stuff like that. I'm always trying to put you guys in the best and easiest plays. That's what I'm trying to do. We hit some very easy money making plays. That's good. That's how the market should fucking be, right? Keep saving your money for the easy, lucrative plays. Compound your account. Preserve your capital. As you're preserving it, you can look to trade something else. Like I said, I'm already looking to trade BLSH tomorrow. So those are the call zones. You preserve your capital. You buy at my call zones. You should fucking bank. If you don't want to fucking listen and give it all back, that's on fucking you, man. You guys have to be patient in terms of waiting to trade the best setups at the best prices. That's where you have to be patient. So I would encourage everyone watching this video, especially for those of you, you're trying to be more self-sufficient and use the curriculum to the best ways, right? And especially for those of you who are more beginners. I mean, especially, for those of you who are not like super fucking green, like best thing to do in terms of just the game plans the night before in advance and being self-sufficient, trading the best sets of prices, just wait to buy calls at this overall zone. That's the best thing you can do, right? Now that I disclosed that, in terms of the higher level, this is a higher level. And again, this is another strong break and retest zone right here. I'm telling you, this 638 strong break and retest zone. I mean, let's even look at that pattern that recently formed with the double red slanted. Let's see. So take a look at this pattern because I want to see in terms of this. Look at this. We had a green candle here, double red slanted, green candle right here, red in the middle, green in the middle, started to break out. And then when we retest, it continued to sell off further. But within time, once we started to break out above that, and then we retested that same level right here, right? This is when it had the breakout above that previous resistance, and then it retested that level right here. That was the bottom. So that's another trade idea. And that's another reason why it should be a strong buy zone. Not just because of that pattern that I showed you, throughout the past 30-minute chart that I showed you earlier into the game plan. But the SPY has already had such a massive move above that overall zone. So I'm telling you, once we drop back down to 638.30, we should bounce, man. A strong floor should be at 638.50 to 637.50. Right around that zone, 638.50 to 637. Strong buy zone. Look to ride it back up a little bit, right? And then look to also get back, set profit stops, take profits, and then look to get back on calls at the lower zone. I'm telling you, if you use this game plan, you're going to be print money at the speed of light, man. You guys just banked on calls. Now, preserve that capital, right? And then reuse it using the same fucking game plan that I've given you, right? But on this one, use confirmations at this zone. On this one, you can kind of just look to auto buy, but both of the zones should work, man. This is going to be phenomenal dip buying opportunities. That's what I would recommend. I mean, the absolute highest in terms of calls, you can keep your eyes on like 639, but you're going to need the best confirmations at that level. I'm telling you, the best levels are going to be towards, 638 mid to 637, right? And then the best zone possible, 635 to 636. So, it's your choice. Just remember, losing's a personal choice. Now, in terms of the overall levels that we're at right now, so like I said, we've had such a massive move. So in terms of like now, we're just due for a pullback. It's going to be a bit difficult. It's going to be a bit difficult in terms of the resistance. So one of the easiest way to play the pullbacks is just to wait for it to crash a bit. And then once it starts flipping the trend bearish, breaking down, retesting, reacting bearish, forming lower highs towards our key levels, then you can look to get it on puts, which is what I would recommend. So basically, in terms of what I would recommend with how SPY's at right now, I would just wait for it to form a channel, right? So if it just keeps on breaking out, just let it do its thing. Just let it keep on breaking out. But what I would encourage you to do is just go back throughout, literally the 30-day, 30-minute chart and just study recently every single time the SPY has had a crash, right? So I'm going to show you some examples. And on many of these examples, we've hit many trades on puts. For those of you who watch the videos, literally getting at the exact top, right? But I'll show you some examples on some things to look for, right? You're just going to want to look for channels, man. So you can see right here, support, support, resistance, channel, 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 lower highs. Once it starts to crack below that support, you can get in on puts on the momentum. Once it starts to spike back up to that previous support, retesting, reacting bearish with the red candles, look to get it on puts again, right? So, other things to look for, red, green, red, bearish patterns towards a lot of resistance. The point being is, since we're at such new all-time highs, the market can't just keep sitting and floating at these levels. If it's just stabilizing and crunching and then it starts forming red, green, red, or red bearish candlestick, starts forming some lower highs, starts dropping a little bit, then it's going to start to fucking collapse. And that's even what the pattern says. You can see right here, this was the pattern where we had this massive breakout above the red 30-minute candle, which is why I told you to buy those fucking calls, and it worked to a fucking T. And as you can see, we had a massive breakout, right? Now, in terms of measuring the move, this is where it gets a little bit interesting in terms of measuring the move. So this went from 621.50 all the way to 627, right? So basically had like a 6-point spike there. Now, in terms of what we were just at, let's see, 638, and we went to 643. So that's a 5-point spike. So for those of you who want to measuring the top, I mean, I recently already disclosed that 643 is going to be a phenomenal level for puts. When SPY's been having these massive breakouts, it's been attempting to drop towards like 2-point breakouts. So if you want to measure this overall move, I would say if we have a strong gap up, or even just at 645, could be the absolute short-term top for this. So keep your eyes on 645. If we had a massive gap up, 650. Market loves to drop at nice keyhole round numbers. So 645 is an interesting level for puts in terms of max resistance. 650 should be a phenomenal level for puts. Just to understand, if you're trying to get in towards the best levels, you're going to need resistance for like hours. 1 to 2 hours of resistance, red, green, red. Look for some lower highs. So you see how it's just sitting at the top, forming resistance. It's starting to crack. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs for hours, right? Fucking, just bearish. In another pattern, I showed you the green, double slanted red, green, which is bullish. Now look, red, double slanted green, red, which is bearish. So that's actually a new pattern that I've recently seen more on the bearish side. I've always seen it on the bullish side, but I haven't used it as much, but I'm starting to use it a lot more. We used it today and absolutely crush it. But in terms of the bearish side, if you're seeing a red 30-minute and then 2 green 30-minute and red 30-minute and SPY crack support, breakdown, retest, form lower highs, it's going to keep on fucking selling off, man. So you can, in terms of a measured top, 645, if we're not gapping up, it could be, if we're not having a massive gap up, it could be 643 to 645 zone. If we're having a big gap up, then 650. That's where tops can potentially be, right? And then just look for channels. Like I said, just go back and study every single fucking time the SPY has had a fucking drop throughout the past 30-day, 30-minute chart. Study, the lower highs, study the bearish pattern, study the breakdown retest. Once you're seeing it's forming resistance, red, green, red, it's starting to break down a little bit, form some lower highs. Just get the fuck in on the puts, right? So in terms of the channel that we're at right now, if you're wondering in terms of levels, if the market just sits here, and again, 643 was a level for puts we were eyeing. So if we just keep on sitting, it can't just keep floating, right? So the point being is, in terms of the channel that we're at right now, if we go below 642, hit 641.50, form some lower highs, react bearish, we're buying puts, ride it back down a little bit, right? In terms of best levels, 645 in terms of measuring the move is the best level, right? If we do drop below 642 and react bearish, we'll show some interest in puts. If not, we're eyeing 643 to 645, and we're very well understanding that buying puts isn't going to be the easiest task when the market is pushing for new all-time highs. That's why I said one of the best things you can do, instead of aiming for the best level, trying to capture the top, and you could try to capture the top when you have a measured move with the best confirmations, but an easier way to do it is just wait for the trend to flip bearish and look for a higher level. This is the easiest way to do it, right? So you look for a channel and you can have levels with the channels, right? So we already have some levels, 643, 645, and 650. We have our levels, right? and the market's due for a little short-term pullback towards one of those levels. So we already have some levels, and then from there, all you have to do is look for a channel. So we have some levels, we have an idea of the levels, and then just look for a channel. So you just look for the SPY to crunch, bounce back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then you just wait for the channel to flip bearish, and then once the channel and the trend flips bearish, you buy the puts. So for example, SPY is forming resistance right here at 639. If you guys remember, right, I told you literally to buy puts at 639 to 640, and we crushed it on puts on this day as well. But with that being said, just look for a channel towards one of the levels that I gave you. It doesn't have to be at the exact level, and you see SPYs, bouncing within the channel. Wait for the channel to flip bearish. That's when it's going to start to sell off, right? So in terms of determining if the channel is going to flip bearish, right? In this particular situation, you have your support at 637, your resistance at 638.70. That's the wide range of the channel. And then in between that, just look for bearish flips. So I'll show you in terms of what bearish flips looks like. This is resistance, right? The high is resistance. The floor is the lows. Once we start to crack the lows, we spike back up, it forms lower highs. It's no longer going back here, it's forming lower highs with red bearish candlesticks, turning this previous support right here into the new resistance level, selling off lower, no longer bottoming here. And then when it spikes back up again, it's no longer going back up here, it's forming lower highs, again with similar patterns, green, red, sell-off, green, red, sell-off, green, red, sell-off. So just continue to look for similar patterns in the 30-minute chart, and you're going to be printing money non-fucking stop. The same way you could have used this exact pattern on the 30-minute chart, literally at the level where I told you to just get in on fucking calls, man. Look at this fucking pattern. It was 2 fucking patterns, and this pattern has been working non-fucking stop. Look at this, man. Save this pattern. When there's a reason to buy calls, this is one pattern you're going to want to use. It's a green, double red, slanted green. This is something that I rarely talk about. And, I would strongly recommend you guys start using this pattern because this is more of a new one that I picked up on and seen. You guys, in terms of the foundation of the main bullish patterns, you guys are well aware, the green, red, green pattern. That's been one of my favorite patterns. And even today, look, it worked. Green, red, green, higher floor, previous resistance, market pushes up. Green, red, green, higher floor. Market continues to push up on a break and retest, right? Look at the fucking weekly channel. I told you it was going to be a bullish week. I literally said, put the odds in your favor. Everybody was saying the market was going to fucking collapse. They were saying it towards the lows. They were saying it, as of recently. I kept on saying calls. I literally said this week, bullish trend week. I literally said every single fucking time. And this is something that nobody, who the fuck do you know is telling you this? I put you on to this. You understand? Every single time in the past couple years, go back to throughout the past couple years, every single time SPY has formed a green, red, green weekly candle, the next week is bullish. So on a bullish week, one of the best things you could do is buy and hold calls at oversold fucking levels, man. Look at the fucking chart every single fucking time. And even this pattern right here, look, the green, double slanted red, green continues to uptrend. And that was a break and retest. Just use these fucking patterns at break and retest. Green, red, green. Next week is bullish. Green, red, green. Next week is bullish. I showed you all of this, man. This works non-fucking stop. Trading is so fucking simple. If you guys are just patient to wait to trade the best set of prices, like if you're just fucking patient enough to do the same fucking thing over and over again, right fucking here, 638 to 637, 636 to 630 fucking 5, it's your fucking choice. If you want to try to be fucking degenerate and trade calls all the way up here, you can try. It's not going to be easy. At some fucking point, it's going to come back down here, and that's what fucking matters, where the easy money is. The stock market is about transferring money into your fucking account, right? So transfer it in a way where you're patiently waiting to trade the easiest setups, man. The fuck? The setups should be so fucking easy. People are going to fucking love you for it, or they're either going to be like, dude, this shit's too fucking easy. This is like beginner shit. This is like, the fuck? This is it? Like, are you fucking serious? Like I've seen traders make fun of other fucking traders because their strategy's too fucking easy and simple. I'm like, dude, you want to know what's not easy? It's fucking waiting for this fucking setup to come up. I'm waiting for this fucking setup to come up. And as I'm waiting, I'm like, dude, we're all about getting rich in the fucking market. So as we're fucking waiting to buy fucking calls here, we're not just fucking sitting on our fucking hands. I'm looking for the next play. I already told you I'm looking at the IPO. I'm looking at BLSH. I just hit a nice swing trade on calls. We had members make over 100% on this. We were swing trading fucking calls on KSS in the mid 11s, and it fucking pumped. It fucking pumped into the 13 ranges, man. The fucking calls crushed it on this fucking stock. This, by the way, in terms of a long-term point of view, I'm telling you, man, this is on track for like $16, $17 a share long-term. You can look at some call options 67 days out, about 65 days out. It's right around 65, 66 days out. You can also look for call options around 150 to 200 days out. We already crushed it on that fucking play, man. I already took a lot of gains off in terms of that one, but I'm holding runners on that because I have a profit target long term for that for fucking 16. That was all disclosed inside of Team Roar, man. Like I said, as we're waiting to trade the best set of those prices, we're looking for the next one in the meantime. It's like, well, it could be on another ticker. If SPY's not the price to buy calls, we'll just find something on another fucking ticker, especially on Fridays when there's fucking zero dates. And my swing trades have been fucking killing it. And I'm looking at the BLSH IPO and I'm seeing what's going on with that. That could be a fucking phenomenal IPO. There was recently a situation with Circle, a similar stock with this Circle symbol. The IPO, it went up like 700 fucking percent in like 1 to 2 fucking weeks, man. I'm fucking telling you, man, these IPOs have all been going fucking crazy. Whenever something's fucking hot, as of fucking recently, everybody wants to get rich fucking quick. Everyone's looking for the next fucking massive fucking pump. We had fucking this massive pump recently on Open where we sold the fucking peak. Look at all the pumps, man, all the massive IPOs. You guys have to pay attention to where the money is moving. All of the money moves when they know. Do you know how many people sleep on IPOs? They sleep on IPOs and then it goes up a fuck ton. They're like, fuck, I missed out on it because they didn't hear about it. They weren't prepared for it, man. Look at what fucking Webull did on the fucking IPO. It fucking blew up. Webull, DJT went from fucking nothing to fucking 80 like that. Fucking Webull went from fucking nothing to fucking 80. Circle went up 700%. Like I'm fucking telling you, man, you guys need to pay attention to fucking IPOs. It happens all the time. Happens all the time where IPOs go up a fuck ton. Then people hear about them and it's too fucking late. And then they're not prepared for the next one. So fucking, I'm telling you, we're gonna be keeping our eyes very, very closely on BLSH because we're all about, cheap, low risk trades with the biggest percentage gains. So with that being said, that's the game plan for SPY. Now, one thing, that I'm gonna mention as well, in terms of the overall week, we are on track for a bullish closing week, right? That's why you got to be extremely careful with puts. Now, you need to understand, with that being said, where we are in terms of the week. We're in the middle. So in terms of the middle, this would be the best thing. The best thing that can happen, since we're in the middle of the week, we fucking flash crash to fucking 637, 636. We buy and we swing trade calls. If SPY goes below 630 fucking 8, swing the calls. If you want the best level to swing calls, once we go under 636, you can even look to make 2 swing trade ideas with that, man. But if you're looking for the best entry to swing trade calls, 637 to 630, 636 mid to 635.50. Here's the point, man. Best thing you can do in terms of this week, wait for a rock solid opportunities on puts, try it out. And then wait to buy calls towards these levels here, and even look to swing trade it, right? And you can also day trade it, right? Swing trade especially down here. Those are the best overall plays. It's just what you need to understand is, though, the market is on pace to have a strong bullish closing week, right? Which is why you have to be a bit careful on puts, but you also have to be a bit careful on calls, especially at these fucking levels, because no matter fucking what, within time, if it's not this week, then within time, we will be going back to 636, right? So those are things you have to understand. Within time, we're going back to 636. SPY's also on track to have a strong bullish closing week, and right now we're towards some major resistance. So the smartest way to play this is to just wait for a bearish channel confirmation, buy puts, right? So for calls, sit the fuck on the sidelines, right? But just understand, man, we're in the middle of the week. Market is on pace to close bullish. Use the best confirmations possible towards the best levels if you're going to try the puts. And then in terms of this overall bullish week, for those of you like, fuck, I don't want to miss out on the bullish week. Well, if you took the game plans, you would have been green as fuck already, right? So what I would hope and prefer to happen is we just fucking drop back down this fucking week to these levels and buy calls. And the reason why I would want it to happen this fucking week and not next fucking week is because the market is on pace to have a strong bullish trend week. The good news is we're towards some upper levels and we're halfway into the week, which means SPY has enough time to drop, and it has enough time to drop back towards those buy zones where I told you to buy calls once again. So this is good. This is good. We have some time. We're going to look for some bearish confirmations at the levels for a drop. We're going to also understand that market's on track to close bullish, so you got to be extremely fucking careful with calls. But in terms of the best, extremely careful with buying puts, and you also got to be careful with buying fucking calls because we're at higher levels, and it's also saying that the market is going to try to drop back down here, but it might not be this week. It could be next fucking week. So that's where we're at. In terms of where we're at, smartest thing you can do is wait for the best confirmation possible using the information I gave you with puts instead of trying to use the break and retest strategy, instead of looking for bullish reasons to buy calls at higher levels heading into tomorrow. Just focus on put opportunities. One thing you need to understand is we take these game plans day by day. And since we're still early into the week, that means SPY has enough time to drop back down here. So heading into tomorrow, you should have the mindset of being more focused on looking for put opportunities with the bearish confirmations at the channels rather than calls, because the market has enough time to drop back down here, and we're already towards higher levels, and we already had such a massive breakout. Now, let's say it was Thursday. This is where it gets a bit different, you know? Let's say it was fucking Thursday. So let's say in terms of this chart right here, we were going into the market on Thursday with this same situation. That's where it gets more difficult because the market is already on track for a bullish weekly close, and it's running out of time to drop back down to this overall level. You see what I'm saying? So since we're still early into the week, the best thing you could do, and again, specifically for tomorrow, I'm going to walk you through this day by day, specifically for fucking tomorrow, look for opportunities for puts. Understand the market's going to try to have a bullish week, but we're still early into the week, so there's still enough time to drop. And in terms of this trade idea for puts, the best day for it could be tomorrow. If not, then Thursday. I'm gonna walk you through that step by step. It's too early to talk about Thursday, but in terms of Wednesday, it can genuinely be the best day because it's that sweet spot. It's that sweet spot where we're at a high price. SPY is overextended. There's more than enough time for it to drop back down here. So in terms of that pullback, the best time for it would be tomorrow. If not, then fucking Thursday, you know? So wait for the perfect confirmations, wait for the trend to start to flip a little bit bearish. You know, look for the channel, look for the chop, look for the lower highs, look for the breakdown, look for the retest, look for the red, green, fucking red. We're going to fucking bank, man. We're going to fucking bank. I mean, the best things you could do heading into tomorrow, just wait for a fucking opportunity on puts. And it's not there, then we'll talk about it on Thursday, right? And then for calls, like I said, just focus on this. So again, things could change with the information that I'm providing you. We're going to take it one step at a time, but heading into tomorrow, like I said, best thing you could do, wait for SPY to drop back to the oversold levels. And then in the meantime, as you're waiting for that, continue to wait for the best opportunity on puts. And as you're waiting for that, more fucking tickers, man. Move your money elsewhere. More fucking tickers. I told you, we're already focused on BLSH. You understand? You know? But tomorrow's going to be a phenomenal day to trade SPY. We're going to absolutely fucking crush it. For those of you who are serious about making money, it's the first link down below in the description. It's unlimited winning, unlimited fucking printing. There's no fucking excuses to be fucking red. We tell you exactly what to do to make money. It's just the difference between, us and the people who, watch the game plans, use the game plans to make money. Well, if you want to see what the difference is, I'll show you what the difference is. We buy the cheapest, lowest risk trades, and we use the best real-time zero-day option trade alert system. You can use the game plans, level up, become self-sufficient, and make money. Now, does that mean you're going to be the absolute best? Absolutely fucking not. I'm going to show you, man. This is what the fuck we do. I'm going to walk you through this. 9:34 a.m., 642 SPY calls at 27 cents, right? So this is over decades of experience in trading, man. This is what you could do. And you could do this, with the overall game plans as well. But in terms of for those of you wondering what the absolute best fucking looks like, I'm showing you the trades, man. This is what the fuck we do. What was the fucking game plan? The game plan was to buy calls once the SPY breaks above 638. Just get the fuck in on the fucking calls, right? And then once it drops back down towards 638 after breaking out, get back in on the fucking calls. So if you use the fucking game plan, you would have been in on calls. And, for those of you self-sufficient, doing your own thing, you decide what strike you want to buy. You decide where you enter. But if you're with us, this is what you're getting. The cheapest, lowest risk trades, biggest percentage gains, adding to the winners to double to triple the gains. So 642 SPY calls for 27 cents, 9:34 a.m. Again, we are not expecting the people who use the game plans and self-sufficient to trade as good as this. I'm showing you what the absolute best looks like. So 642 SPY calls for 27 cents, 9:34 a.m., right? We give you the opportunity to literally join this group for free by you utilizing the game plans, so you can see that this shit works. And then as you're making money, you join our group to get access to the best fucking trades in the best fucking community doing this, man. Surround yourself with this. You're going to level up fucking nonstop. You're going to see we're trading this in real time. So this was the overall trade. As you can see right here, 642 SPY calls for 27 cents at 9:34 a.m. You go to 642 SPY calls right here at 9:34 a.m. You're going to see we bought these calls towards the exact lows when SPY was at 27 cents a contract. Take a look. SPY was at 27 cents a contract. We ended up adding to the trade, doubled the position size, right? Added at 30 cents. The reason why we add to winners is because when we win, we tend to win big. With that being said, in terms of the third add, we ended up adding more at 33 cents, right? And the calls also went up 12 cents. Now, with that being said, this trade went to 40 cents a contract, so the calls did go up, and then it dropped all the way to 8 cents. So you're going to see this happen all the time. It literally just happened with a trade where we were in on SPY puts at 40 cents. It dropped to 6 cents, and then it went to 50 cents, and we sold for a win. Look at this one. We were in towards 27 cents, and it dropped all the way to 8 cents, and it came back to life, and it went to 90 cents plus. This is why you never want to use a stop loss, right? Never use a stop loss. Putting your entire max risk per trade into these overall trades, the most you risk in terms of the overall trades is what you're putting into the trade, your max risk per trade, a couple percentage of your account. If the contract expires worthless and goes to zero, you lose your max risk per trade. The same thing someone loses where if they use a stop loss, their R multiple, right? So if this goes to zero, you lose your R multiple. Now, if this goes from 8 cents to 90 fucking cents, you make fucking 200%, 250% fucking plus, man. So that was a phenomenal fucking trade where calls went from 27 to 40 cents to 8 cents to 90 cents twice. Literally fucking identical in terms of what happened to that put trade yesterday, except this one went to 90 cents twice. The other one went to like 50 cents twice from like fucking 10 cents. So losing remains a personal choice. Even when you're entering a trade, that goes up like 20%, that goes up like 25% from your fucking entry, from 27 to fucking 40, 33% from your entry. And then it drops fucking like 70% to fucking 8 cents. And then it goes back to 90 cents twice. This is the beauty of trading the trend. All of the dead plays come back to life because we're trading the trend, which means you don't have to time the trades right, and you can just hold them till zero because the most you're putting in is your max risk per trade, meaning if the trade expires worthless and goes to zero, the most you lose is your max risk per trade. This is one of the reasons as well why we rarely ever have losses, because as long as we're on the right side of the trend, the trade always comes back to life. Even if it goes to 8 cents, it still comes back to life. Again, 7 out of 10 times. And you're going to see, like I said, this is why we always hold a trade that's down. Look at this, 8 cents to 90 cents. We were in at fucking 30. It dropped to 8. We're down 70%. A trade that we're down 70% on was nearly a 300% win. Do you understand? Where can you be down in the market 70%? Be able to hold that and stomach that because these are cheap, low-risk trades. The most you put in your max risk per trade and actually sell for 200%, 300% wins by being down 70%. Where else can you do that? Where else can you be in on a trade the same day where the trades are dropping 50, 60, 70, 80%, right? But you're trading the trend. They come back to life. You're going far out of the money, but not far out enough to where they can't go deep in the money like this did. And then they fucking explode up to multiple 100% profit returns once they go closer to the money, once they start to go deep in the fucking money. You can't do this anywhere else, man. Losing is a personal choice. Where else can you buy something at 30, hold it to zero because your max risk per trade is what you put in, and then sell at fucking 90 for 200% on a trade you held that was down 70% plus? Most people get stopped out. One of the biggest advantages to trading the trend is you can hold your losing trades. Because if you're on the right side of the trend, your losing trades can come back to life no matter how far they dropped, right? Because in terms of far money zero rated options, look at this. Within fucking minutes, this went from 30 cents to 8 cents. But what about the trend? The trend is the entire day. What about the bullish trend day? What about when the market breaks above 638 and then it goes to 640? And then you could try a YOLO scalp on puts if you want against the trend. And then when it drops back down to 638 and then it pushes for new all-time highs for a strong bullish closing trend day, what about the game plan? Do you understand? The best part about trading the trend is you can hold losers and they can come back to life. And since you're trading the trend, you're always putting yourself in trades that offer the biggest returns. And by trading cheap, low risk, far out of the money options, you can hold these trades to fucking zero. Why would you need a stop loss? Are you that fucking broke? If you can't risk one contract $30 to sell at fucking 90 and make $60 of profit on that, don't fucking trade. The fuck, you can get started with one fucking contract, cheap, low risk trades. When you're starting out small, it's about gaining experience and compounding your account. It's not about making a fuck ton of dollars. It's about making a fuck ton of percentages, learning and growing throughout the experience. When you have a large account, it's not about compounding your money. It's about fucking making dollar gains, man. It's about being less risky on the whole compound side. You know, some people are like, compound interest is fucking amazing. Well, what if it starts working against you? You get fucking destroyed. You can't just keep compounding your fucking account. I saw a comment of some person saying, it's like, dude, this guy makes these gains every single fucking day. This guy be a fucking trillionaire. I'm like, dude, we're doing this with accounts. In terms of, if you're wondering, like, you know, the people in here with the biggest accounts, the ones who are like hitting 1,000% returns like this every single day, what are they actually doing? They're not compounding their accounts to fucking infinity. I'll tell you what we're doing. What we're doing is, they typically trade, we typically trade like $60,000, $100,000, $250,000. Think of those ranges, right? Think of three ranges: $60,000, $100,000, $250,000. That's what we're typically doing, right? In between those ranges. And then you grow the account like fucking wild, right? If you're making 1,000% returns daily, put it this way: with proper risk management and not being even too aggressive, you could be making, if you're making every 1,000% return you can make, it could be like a 30 to 50% return on your account, right? Somewhere in between there, right? This gets more complex and stuff, but think about it like this. You're trading like 60,000, 100,000, 250,000. That's like in terms of like the people with big accounts, that's what they trade with. They like to trade with around 60, 100, 250K, right? And, some of these people have fucking millions. But with that being said, they double to triple their account in a week, and then they restart with that balance, and they just keep on doing it. The trading style is, and the philosophy is, cheap, low-risk trades at all fucking times. Not taking large risk of your capital, not sizing in big, and just resetting your account every single fucking week. You can trade with larger amounts of money, but then you're exposing yourself to large risk. What a lot of smart traders do is they find a solid amount of money to trade with, where they can do very, very well, compound the account like fucking crazy in a week, cash out at the end of the week, and then they reset it with the same number and they do it all over again instead of trying to compound their account to fucking infinity, man. The fuck. So, for those of you wondering, that's typically how it goes, and that's a lot of this system and strategy that a lot of people use, even with small accounts. They like to reset at the end of the fucking week, right? But obviously, small accounts have to risk more, less of a cushion, so for them, it's more of like compounding longer than that. But if you have a large account, if you just want to aggressively compound for a week and then just reset, that's what a lot of people do, man. Because we're green every single fucking week. Why the fuck not? But, compound interest works both ways. If you have a bad fucking week and you're compounding your account to fucking infinity, you don't want to take a massive fucking hit if your account's at fucking infinity. That's going to be a big fucking drop to fucking stomach. Just keep resetting the account non-fucking stop. Every single week at the end of the fucking week, you have fucking 50K, flip it to 150K to 200K every single fucking week, restart with the 50K, rinse and fucking repeat. That's what a lot of the rich people do in terms of trading options, instead of like trading with 200K, trying to double it or trying to gradually fucking grow it and then resetting, most would prefer, with the gains being so big, to find a medium balance of like 50K, 60K, and then flipping that into the 6-figure range and then cashing out at the end of the week, right? Just by doing that, with $50,000 accounts, you can realistically make $200,000 to $300,000 a fucking month with just a $50,000 account every single fucking week and resetting. Starting with fucking 50, flipping it to 150 fucking K, rinse and fucking repeat every single fucking week. You could rack up 400 fucking thousand just risking 50,000 of your account every single fucking week. Like, it's fucking insane what you could do with options, man. I'm fucking telling you, you could do it. Last fucking week, we're up over 3,000%. Again, we're not compounding our fucking accounts to fucking infinity. We're cashing the fuck out every single fucking week. Especially the people who trade large accounts, that's what they like to do, man. They're well aware I could be green every single fucking week. If you want to go super fucking aggressive, you could try to compound for a full fucking month. Try to take fucking 50 to fucking 4 to 500K plus. You could try that if you try to compound aggressively for a fucking month. But a lot of people don't like to stomach massive fucking pullbacks, in terms of what goes on with that, right? A lot like to reset at the end of the week. It's just not needed, man. It's just not needed to take on necessary risk and necessary. The point of cheap low risk trades is to be able to risk less and trade with less money and then find other ways to make your money work for you, not to put all your money you're making into fucking options. That's not the fucking point. This is a tool for quick financial fucking freedom in and fucking out. And then with the rest of your money, other ways to fucking grow it, other fucking businesses, other fucking investments to be making, right? Other passive plays, other investments, swing trades. There's a fuck ton of shit you can fucking do, man. I just made this swing trade on KSS. We have all the money systems. We make money non-fucking stop. Swing trading, day trading, investing, man. That's another one. ETH, fucking ETH, man. That's another phenomenal fucking ticker to hold for the fucking long term. Ethereum, But with that, I mean, that's just such an obvious fucking play right now, especially for people who have fucking money. Like, that's just an obvious fucking buy. Fucking BTC just keeps on pushing for fucking new all-time highs. ETH still hasn't hit new all-time fucking highs. It's literally creeping up. It just went past 52-week highs. It's obviously going to blow fucking through and go into the 5,000s and go up. That's why I'm saying, especially when you have fucking money, and if you don't, then just compound your account. There's so much easy money-making opportunities, but within the stock market, and especially in terms of companies out there within the stock market, who sell education, who sell trailers, who sell trading systems, the biggest thing that I see that's lacking is people with the understanding of what is the cheapest, lowest risk setup that has the biggest upside potential with the highest win rate in the easiest setups within the market. I see that everyone's lacking in that. And and how can we do that with each asset class? Not just with day trading, far the money zero day options like we do every single day, but also in swing trading. How can we do it with swing trading? Gonna buy some leaps. What options can we buy on the swing trades? Right? Gonna buy some shares as well. Right? Easy money in all realms. What's easy money on shares where we can just buy and hold, put some there? What's easy money on far the money zero day options? What's easy money on swing trades? And midterm and leap options. What's the easy money on crypto? We have the fucking systems. We fucking have it, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. That's how you guys should be focused. Call it a rare portfolio. Have a portfolio that's so fucking rare that you don't trade a lot in, and you just trade the best sets of those prices, compound it to the fucking moon, and then you could experiment, do whatever the fuck you want with your other fucking portfolio. But I'm telling you, man, to have that education and to have that patience and to have that eye and to be able to wait to trade the best setups at the best prices and just trade those in one specific account, it could be a couple trades per week. And it could be with multiple systems. You can have a swing trading account, rare setups only. You can have a day trading account, rare setups only, because when there's no day trading opportunity, what are you going to want to do? You're going to be like, dude, my swing trading account's dry. Let me check out. Well, at all fucking times, you're going to be looking at all your accounts because you want to maximize. You're going to say, okay, what's the swing trading play? What's the day trading play? Okay, there's no day trading play here. What about the swing trade? Is there a swing trade? Oh, there's no swing trade here. Okay, what about the leaps? Okay, there's no leap. What about the share? What about fucking crypto? What's the crypto? That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Money fucking moves, and you need to spread it fucking out and compound different accounts with the best setups at the best prices, man. That's one thing that I see lacking in this industry is people who do not trade the best setups at the prices. And the way we define the best setups at the best prices is something that has a high win rate that feels like it's guaranteed in a sense. It's like, Something where you literally would take the play with honor. If the play went to zero, if the play went to fucking worthless, you'd be ecstatic and happy that you took it because you know you have systems that work. You understand the rarity of the fucking play and you're honored to fucking take it. You were blessed to even be a part of it, even if you fucking lost. Those type of setups that are cheap, low risk, biggest percentage gains, unlimited upside potential. And I'm talking about in all fucking realms. You know, when we're not trading zero-day options and zero-day options are fucking closed, you know, what are the other options? You know, there's crypto, there's futures, there's other options, right? Imagine doing what I'm talking about in all fucking realms. Trying this in fucking futures, far the money zero-day options, fucking crypto. Imagine a money-making system, man. Like I'm fucking telling you. Imagine a money-making system where literally you have a schedule set on every fucking move you can make, right? So this, in a sense, can cut out the patience. For those of you who are like, man, I'm fucking sick and fucking tired of waiting for the best set of this price, then learn different asset classes, but understand the differences of each asset classes, right? But crypto has massive fucking gains, futures have massive fucking, but you have to understand the difference of them, and you also have to understand which ones you want to get involved with and which ones you don't, and then also how you want to size each portfolio, you know, proportionally. But just imagine a wild fucking system of that where you're just trading the best sets of prices. You have all these different portfolios spread out. You have one for swing trading. You know, you're swing trading some shares, especially, you know, if you have a larger account, right? Some people like to buy shares just for that easy, quick fucking money, and then they add to shares, right? So you have a share account for fucking swing trading. You can also have one for fucking day trading. You can have, you know, cheap, low risk, far the money, zero-day option fucking account, add to fucking winners. You can have a leap account where you do midterm to long-term options. The swing trade account, a fucking futures account, fucking crypto fucking currency. You can create a 24-hour schedule. And then when you're compounding your account on your biggest fucking days, if you wanted to try to take it up, if you want to try to do like a 24, like imagine if someone did a 24-hour challenge where literally they start their fucking day off with fucking futures. Then they do far the money zero-day options. Then they take a swing trade. Then they do crypto. They do all of that, and they made so much fucking gains, and they say there's no fucking play, and then they do an online fucking casino, or they do something with a casino just to gamble some profits, and they run up fucking 10 fucking K to 100K in a single fucking day. I'm fucking telling you, man, we have those systems. That is the path that we are fucking on. I'm talking about an unlimited fucking money printing schedule where it's every fucking thing. You know, I'm not saying you have to get involved in every fucking thing, but this is what the fuck we do, man. We make money non-fucking stop. Systems every fucking where. Businesses every fucking where. But just imagine that type of fucking schedule. Because you already know, we're fucking pissed off that the fucking market is closed. You know, it's fucking closed on fucking Saturday and fucking Sunday, which is fucking bullshit. Us taking 2 days off ain't making us fucking better. That's for fucking sure. If you're good at something and you need a fucking break, then take a fucking break. But consistency is the fucking key. And then another thing that's the key is understanding when you actually need a break from that consistency, which is good. If you have that awareness and you understand, fuck, I need a fucking break for this, then fucking take the break. But what's not fucking good is automation. Is fucking just automatically not being able to trade Saturday and Sunday. For what? What's the reason? What's the fucking reason? Why can't we trade on Saturday and Sunday? Do you want us to be shit on fucking Monday? Oh, we're all fucking dry on fucking Monday because we didn't trade for fucking 2 days and we're fucking, you know, in the fucking weekend. It's like, dude, the fuck. So in that particular situation, we're going to take shit into our own fucking hands. We're going to figure out money-making systems on fucking weekends, man. Fucking run fucking crypto up. Look for swing trading ideas. Like, there's so many fucking systems. That's why you've seen in terms of the group, man, I've been swing trading lately because you guys know I'm waiting to trade the best setup set of his prices on SPY with curriculum and education. So as I'm waiting, like literally like right now, I'm fucking waiting to buy calls at the lower levels. So as I'm fucking waiting, yeah, I have the idea on fucking puts. But you know, I already have the BLSH IPO lined up for a day trade and a swing trading opportunity. And then I still have some position in a KSS. You know, long term, this can get to 16 to 18. So we just continue to look for more ways to make money. And then we have the Friday system on zero dates. You know, my last Friday session on zero dates for Tesla, I was buying Tesla calls multiple times. On the last trade is perfect. They went up fucking 200% plus, right? We had the Friday zero dates on stocks. So there's money fucking everywhere, man. There's zero dates on many stocks every single Friday. There's zero dates on SPY and SPX every single day. You have futures, you have cryptocurrency, you have swing trades. There's so much to fucking do as you're waiting to make the next best setup at the best price in that one specific portfolio. You can literally make multiple rare portfolios for each asset class and each style you want to fucking trade in. And as you're waiting for the best setup, the best price, which are price alerts, you're going to set price alerts. Just look for other opportunities. If there's no day trade opportunity, look for the swing trade. If there's no swing trade, look for the investment. Look for a long-term fucking hold, right? But like I said, man, there's levels to this shit. You guys have to figure out in terms of like what is that you want to do first. I mean, if your account's small, it's best to just focus on far out of the money zero dates first. But once you start to grow your fucking account, it's like you're going to want to look into other opportunities, like making some swing trades, making some long-term investments. In these swing trades and these long-term investments, these could be big potential payoffs, especially with leaps or especially with just holding within time. If you're buying something at the lows and it's a forever fucking hold, it leads to massive gains with all that compounded time. So you just take small positions. Again, you just always looking to take smaller position sizes on big plays. That's the main goal, right? And then if you just see like one of those no-brainer opportunities where you're already in a fucking play, I do this a lot where it's like we like to add to winners. And one of the things that I like doing is like, if I'm in on a day trade, I'm holding it, it's going well, and I'm getting to understand the day trade, I'm liking the price action, then I'll just fucking add a fuck ton to it. It's like you'll know when you're in a trade or when you're observing something like, dude, this is a no-brainer. This is about to pump like fucking crazy, and that confidence spike comes in. That's when I scale the fuck in. When the momentum is there. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about as well. When the timing and the momentum is there, that's when add is screaming. When you're looking at the chart and you're in a trade, or even if you're not in a trade and you see like, wow, this is not only the perfect time to get in because it looks amazing, right? But the momentum is there. The fire is there now. That's what people don't talk about. One of the dangers of taking big position sizes is when something's fucking dry, what are you losing? You're losing time. And if it's not going in your favor, you're losing more and more money, right? That's the danger of a big position size. But if you could time a trade properly where it's moving rapidly, right, with momentum, and you see it's a no-brainer setup, that's where when you size big, you just get in, get out, fucking make your gains like fucking that. It's a smooth fucking ride, and you know right away that it's going to work out for you or not. And the most you put in is your max risk per trade. Just in case it drops a fuck ton, you can hold it, it comes back to life. That's what the fuck we do, man. We get in when it's fucking hot on fucking fire. Now, there are some swing trades and investments that I make where they're just completely dead and not fucking moving. This KSS play, this was an interesting play, and it was the same setup on this trade that I made on Bed Bath & Beyond, Triple BY. This was a big swing trade, actually one of my most viewed videos on the overall channel. When I made a swing trade on calls on this stock, it's on my channel. If you go back, it's somewhere buried throughout there, man. I made like a 300% return on that fucking swing trade. But basically, that chart's not loading, so I'm not going to go over that. But basically, this trade on KSS was the same fucking thing. It was the same exact thing where once the SPY formed this big, KSS formed this big red daily candlestick, and it dropped back down towards the gap and it started reacting bullish, it starts to spike back up towards the middle of this, and towards the middle, be towards 16, 17. Basically, this pattern, if you go back and fucking find it, it's on my channel. I did the same fucking thing with Triple BY and I made 300%. So I saw the same setup on Triple BY, and then I'm also looking at the ticker and I'm saying, dude, Triple BY was one of those momentum meme plays. KSS is one of those momentum meme plays. They're both in fucking retail. I'm looking at this saying, dude, this is the same fucking play, and people are sleeping on this. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm capturing these rare fucking plays, man. That's what I'm talking about. Starting companies, starting systems where it's rare plays only. And you can have your asset classes, you can have your long-term plays here, your portfolios, right? You can have your different portfolios with rare setups only, like this. This would be a swing trading to investment opportunity, right? Mainly swing trading, right? But the point being is, it had this gap. It closed the gap. with a green bullish candlestick. It started to fucking pump. It had a breakout. It retested, forming higher support above this previous daily resistance right here. Started to react bullish, and then the pattern on triple BY again. The same thing you're looking at right here. This happened on triple BY before it went lower. It literally spiked back up towards this when it formed this red daily candlestick. And this 30-minute, and this is a daily candlestick pattern used for swing trading. And this is actually a very similar pattern that I just used on the 30-minute chart to buy calls on SPY. So you can use these patterns that I'm showing you on any fucking thing. They work on anything, but you have to understand the differences in how you use them in terms of the portfolios, in terms of the asset classes, swing trading, investing, asset classes, right? Shares, fucking 0-to-8 options, far out of the money, strikes, fucking expirations, leaps. There's a fuck ton of things you can do, but we capture every fucking thing, man. I'm literally capturing everything because like I said, this is what the fuck I do. I trade the best setups at the best prices. It is my job and responsibility, and this is what I love doing the most in terms of the stock market. Oh, look, it happened right fucking here. Would you look at that? Literally the shit I was just talking about happened right fucking here. Look at this big red daily candlestick. Once it came back towards the lows, resistance, break, retest, once it came back towards the lows, it spiked back and it trended up sideways. You see that? That same fucking pattern happened right here. Are you seeing the correlation, man? And look, it literally spiked almost towards the highs of this wick, and the wick is right here. Again, this happened on triple BY, and I caught this trade on triple BY, and this trade actually put me on the map. I made a fuck ton on that trade, and it actually helped blow up the channel too. That got a lot of attention because people weren't expecting those kind of gains on triple BY, and a lot of people thought it was just sold off for new all-time fucking lows. There was one trader who made this crazy fucking swing trade on triple BY. I think he made like 20 million plus, and it was a young. The guy was very, very young, man. It was a wild fucking story. You can Google it, man. But anyways, man, like I said, this is all we do. We capture the best fucking plays nonstop. Look, this is the same fucking thing. Look at this and look at fucking this. It's the same shit, man. Most people don't even see it because the same shit is happening, right? Just on a larger scale. The candles are bigger. There's more volumes, but it's the same fucking pattern. Look at this, man. It's fucking identical. We caught this. We fucking crushed this, man. I saw everyone in the chat. They were all fucking celebrating the fucking gains, man. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Having money-making systems, multiple ways to make money. You see, look at this. ETHU, right? ETHU. We have this, double leverage on ETH right here. Fucking amazing fucking gains. This is what I'm talking about. Taking smaller position sizes, just a couple hundred shares, right? And then flipping that to fucking 200% and then just leaving it to run, right? This is what I'm talking about. Plays that have massive upside potential. They don't even have to be cheap. As long as they have massive upside potential, something could be fucking high in price, but if it's got massive upside potential, we're fucking in it. If it's got perfect timing with momentum and decent upside potential, we're fucking in it. It's unlimited fucking printing and unlimited fucking winning, non-fucking stop, man. But I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see that. Some people crushed it on KSS, like I said. So it's a swing trade that was taken on 12.5 calls at 138 cents, 1017.25, and then I'm also right here, KSS 12.50 cents, 8.15. Both of them fucking printed. There's so much you can do. There's so many ways. You could be very surgical and dissect everything within the stock market in so many different strategies. With leaps, you can use leaps as insurance. You could take a short-term trade, and if the short-term doesn't work out, instead of just losing on that trade, you could have put in half of what you were going to lose on that trade and put the other half in a leap, which is your insurance, and all one of the trades just has to work out, and you're buying yourself more time. It's interesting. That's why some people, instead of just buying one strike, they'll buy two strikes, and one will be a further expiration when making a swing trade, because they'll put in half of what they want to risk in like each trade, or maybe diversified a little bit differently depending on how confident they are. And the other trade is considered insurance, where if the first one doesn't work out, right, but they feel it's a good time to get in on both, right? So there's multiple ways to do it. It can get really advanced. Like I said, you can brainstorm yourself and think of all different strategies, and then you could plug that shit into ChatGPT, and it'll give you a fuck ton of options and really help expand on that. And then as it's helping you expand on that, you can keep talking to ChatGPT and just go straight to the fucking top with it. So yeah, man. Like I said, This fucking phenomenal is already fucking playing out. That's fucking great. This is interesting though. Look at this. When this had this green trend reversal right here, started to sell off. So if tomorrow's red on KSS, I would just look to sell the rest. Like I said, I already saw a fuck ton of people take gains at 100% plus. I saw someone made 100% on that. Like I said, I already took a fuck ton of gains on that. I'm just holding runners at this point, you know? For plays like these, it's more just once they hit nicely, just get the fuck out. And then if they drop back down and it looks good, you can look to scale back in or just get back in or new strike. But again, that already played out in a sense. Wouldn't recommend it. It does have some long-term potential, you know. It is a rare setup. I will give it that. One of the rare things that I've seen with this one is, you know, it's extremely low priced and it's already went up 100% from the lows. And when this particularly happens, it tends to just keep on going just a little bit higher. But like I said, that daily candle does not look good if tomorrow's a red day. So if tomorrow's red on KSS, could be a good short opportunity and also a good indication to just get the fuck out of that trade if you're still holding some runners, right? So that already played out in a sense. If you want, you could leave some runners if it does break to 17, but don't risk what the fuck you made. You know, just like 20%, 15% to run at the max, right? Just as some passive income where if it has a big move, right? So DJT, this could be another interesting one. But look, man, I'm gonna be signing off. If you guys want to join us, we're gonna finish this week very strong. The fucking green. We're already green as fuck. I mean, all the fucking trades, non-fucking stop, man. Look at this fucking. We had the fucking you know, we had 633 SPY puts at 9:49 a.m. Fucking you go to these SPY fucking puts, you're gonna fucking see right here. This one you had to be quick, but it worked. We got in right here 9:49 a.m. at 36, went to fucking 50 within a minute. Set profit stops when you're up 10%, get profit stopped out, losing's a choice, even if it drops to a fucking penny. Look at that, man. That one you had to be fucking quick. You need to have your option chains open and ready with market fucking orders to print at the speed of fucking light. This one was a nice one. 6445 SPX calls at 155 cents. So you go to 3:36 p.m. You're gonna see right here we got at the exact lows. This is another one you had to be quick, except this one was a much bigger gain. You know, those XPX power hour trades can play out quick, but they have the biggest gains. Literally within a minute, you have 1 minute to get in, more than enough time. It's at 105 to 175. It went to 270, you get profit stopped out, right? So they played out quick. Sometimes that's how it goes. You know, the quick 30-50% spike, and then it loses all of its gains, you know? So set the profit stops, get in, get out quick. Move the profit stops up higher. And then after those 3 wins, and again, the first win was like a 200% return that we tripled the position size on. There was 2 losses on the yellows, which is fine. When you're green enough to walk away, then the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your realized gains. So again, we started off the day with 3 wins. The first win was 250% plus, and we tripled the position size. We tripled the gains on that. The second win was like, 40% plus on the puts. Third win was on SPX. It quickly went up 155 to 270, nice like 40% there. And then the other 2 trades were losses. And again, the other 2 trades don't matter because we were green enough to walk away. So if you choose to keep on trading, the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your gains. So if you have a loser and you give that back, you don't go green to red, you stop trading, right? So these were losses. If you had a loss, stop trading, you gave back 25 to 50% at most, right? And these are YOLOs. And these are the trades where, you risk 85 cents, you risk 35 cents a contract. When they fucking work, they're going to be fucking 300%, 500%, 1,000%, and we're going to add to winners, right? So in terms of these power hour YOLOs, these didn't work out today. But what matters is we were already green enough to walk away. We were already green as fuck, up, over 300%, adding to winners, tripling the position size, right? And you'll see, in terms of this power hour trading session, we'll see what these SPX trades look like tomorrow. In terms of these, they were 2 losers. Well, we'll see what the next session looks like, and just understand that we have a system before that works where we're already green as fuck, and the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your gains. But like I said, as you keep on trading with us, you'll see. You'll see why we keep on taking these YOLOs, why we don't mind giving back a little bit of gains, because it always fucking prints in the end. If we're having 100% loss, next day or in the week, we'll hit a 1,000% gain. This is why we have 100% losses, right? In Risk Management 101, when you're green enough to walk away, the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your gain. So even with losses at the end of the day, You're green enough to walk away. So if you risk 25 to 50% of your gain, you're still fucking green as fuck, right? But you'll see. You'll see why this is needed, why we need some power hour YOLO losses, because 100% loss, 200% loss, 300% loss, 2 losses in a row, 3 losses in a row. Oh, 1000% win. Oh, we doubled the gains because we added to the win. Oh, fuck. You can be successful as fuck with a low win rate. Losing is a personal fucking choice. We have the highest win rate in the game. I would strongly recommend you join our group. We're at all-time fucking highs. Everyone's loving the group. Everybody's printing non-fucking stop. It's unlimited fucking winning and unlimited fucking printing, man. I'm fucking telling you, I would strongly suggest that you guys join Team Roar. You are going to absolutely fucking love it. You're going to absolutely fucking love our group, man. It's unlimited fucking win, unlimited fucking printing. Sneezy, I've lost track of how much money he's made. He hasn't been in here for a long time. He's easily made over 60K, at least $60,000, man. I'm telling you, you guys join our group. You're going to absolutely fucking love it, man. It's fucking unlimited fucking printing and unlimited fucking printing. 5-star reviews, non-stop winning, non-stop fucking printing. Look at that. The power hour session was not the best today. So tomorrow is fucking vengeance, man. You're going to see. You'll see why we trade power hour, heading in tomorrow. You're going to see. It wasn't the best for us today, but we're already green enough to walk away on that trade on calls, fucking game plan. But you'll fucking see, man. It's non-fucking stop. It's unlimited fucking winning and unlimited fucking printing. Non-fucking stop, man. You're going to see the fucking results. The fucking gains, man. The gains are non-fucking stop. If you want to surround yourself with multimillionaires, if you want to gain access to the best real-time zero-day option trade alert system within the market, is the first link down below within the fucking description, man. I'm telling you, being self-sufficient is fucking amazing, man. You're going to see our trades, man. We got the biggest percentage gains. We got the best educational trades to make you self-fucking sufficient in all fucking realms. We got the day trades. We got the swing trades. We got the whole enchilada. We got the whole fucking lotta. Look at this. $11,000 profit. $11,300 profit, man. Are you fucking seeing that? That's fucking results. With $11,000 profit, you can stay here for the next fucking 6 years almost. Yeah, for the next 6 years. You can stay here for the next fucking 6 years. You keep that, right? Fucking amazing, man. Look at this. Sneezy's chilling. Sneezy's up over $60,000 since he's been with us, man. Look at this. $8,000 profit on the fucking day, man. Fucking amazing. Amazing fucking results, man. I fucking love it. I fucking love it, man. 642, was that recommended for puts? Yes, the levels for puts. The first one was towards 640. The second one was towards 642. Towards new all-time highs. Yes, that ended up working out on the initial reaction. And then when we retested the break and retest level, it was another phenomenal opportunity for calls. If you just use literally last night, you don't even have to watch the game plan. You could just look at the written game plan. It literally said, if you looked in the comment section, literally just buy calls above 638, sell the rip, and then if it drops back down, buy the fucking calls again. It worked twice. And it even said to take a YOLO if you want against the trend. Once we go to 640 at all-time highs for the first time, it should reject first, which happened as well. That pattern repeats to an exact T. You could have made 3 fucking phenomenal plays on that, man. Losing is always a personal fucking choice. Look at this. Look at this, man. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. For those of you who are serious about trading alongside us and making money, is the first link down below within the description. You're going to absolutely love our group. You're going to be printing money at the speed of light. And you're going to see how and why losing is genuinely a personal fucking choice. Every single day, it is unlimited fucking printing and unlimited fucking winning. Non-fucking stop, man. You're going to fucking see it every single fucking day. This is a funny comment. I remember that. We had someone recently fucking bitching they were down $300 and they missed out on the fucking bro. This guy was down $300 and he was talking shit. Oh my god, dude. We have some new members, man. Like I'm telling, it's very rare, but this one was an interesting situation, man. It was like this trade. I saw you guys talking about in the comments too. I read your comments, guys. I normally don't read your comments, but you guys have been very nice in the comments. You guys have been showing a lot of love. I appreciate it. You guys are fucking awesome. But yeah, man, I was looking at the comments. Someone mentioned like the trade on puts. They're like, dude, that trade's a fucking bitch. I'm like, dude, it's fucking what the same shit happened on the trade on calls today. I'm like, dude, all of our fucking dead plays come back to life, man. It's wild, because that happens with people too. It's very interesting, I've seen this happen in people. It's like, it's interesting to think about this. Like, there's people, they're like genuinely, they're like buried. there's so many parts and versions of themselves that are like buried. And it's like you've seen them at their highest fucking versions, and you're like, dude, these people are fucking buried. What the fuck happened to them? When the fuck are they gonna fucking awaken and fucking rise the fuck up and above? Like, and that's like the same shit that's been happening with the plays that have been dropping. They've been fucking buried and they've been taking forever to come back to life. But they come back to life and they rise higher. The same as people, you know? There's so many people go through highs, lows. There's some people are just genuinely fucking buried. You know, some people are kings and queens, but like they're just fucking buried. But man, when they're not fucking buried anymore and they rise the fuck up, it's like, oh shit. I'm telling you, man, that has been happening with our plays recently in terms of the losers. It's like basically we really haven't been losing. We really haven't been having any losses, you know, except for this one power hour trading session. You know, that's why we call it vengeance. But like I said, we were green enough to walk away. But we really haven't been having any losses. So that's why, like I'm saying, it's like, you know, we haven't been having any losses where like it goes to zero and we're out for a loss. But like we have had some trades where they drop a fuck ton, like 80-90%, but it's not a lot because that's our max risk per trade that we're putting in. And then to increase the winners, we're adding to winners to double and triple the gains. And then we're also making bigger percentage gains, which is what makes smaller investments even more profits, right? And also gives us a stronger foundation for the win rate. But man, we had this trade the other day. You know, we had this fucking trade on on Monday. We had this fucking trade on Monday on fucking puts, man. And it just dropped so fucking much. It dropped fucking like, was it 33 fucking cents to like, no, that was the fucking, let me go back, man. This was it. We had this fucking, we were in it like fucking, like 45 cents. And it dropped to 6 cents. And then it went to fucking 50 cents. And we sold it for a win. And we had this new member. He's been with us for like 3 weeks. He was just fucking going off, man. He was going through all the fucking motions. When this thing just kept on dropping and dropping and dropping. And we did end up adding. We added when it went up, but it barely went up. And then we also added into loss, which is something we rarely do. But man, it's just like all the motions people were going through here. And then within fucking minutes, it's like you're waiting for fucking hours. And that's usually life. You know, when people are like just fucking buried, they're just, this is a good representation of like life. If someone's fucking buried, this is usually what happens. They're just like this. They're just like this, like this, like this, like this for a long fucking period of time. And then when they're not buried anymore, and then a blink of a fucking eye, their entire fucking life fucking changes. Everything fucking shifts fucking around them. They're shifting the people around them. They're shifting the fucking rooms, every fucking thing. It just goes straight the fuck up. I'm like, dude, this has now happened to two of our trades. And this person was bitching that he's down like fucking $300. And then after this fucking trade that went from 40 to 50 cents, it was still a win. Even though it went to 6 cents, it was still a fucking smaller win, like 20-30% on that. We hit 1,000%, and he didn't say a fucking word. We hit 800% fucking trade, and he wasn't there. He wasn't there to celebrate. He was too busy with the $300 fucking loss. He wasn't there to fucking celebrate the one where we bought at the exact fucking lows on SPX puts as our fucking SPY puts were coming back to life. Instead of adding to this around here, we literally bought SPX puts at the exact fucking lows. This was fucking legendary. We had this is like one of those like Hall of Fame moments. We started off the day with a dead play on fucking 635 puts from 50 cents to 6 cents. It came back to life, and our puts went from 40 cents to 50 cents. We added to a loss, so our average was like 40 cents, and it went to 53 cents. We sold for a win. It was a smaller win, right? And it dropped to like fucking 6 cents. It was nearly worthless, and it came back to life within minutes, right? Now, instead of adding into that as it was coming back to life, our next trade was fucking flawless. 6370 SPX puts for 70 cents a contract at 3:41 p.m. 90, 95, 100, add, and then it went to fucking 590. Fucking amazing, man. So if anything, even if someone lost on this trade because they use the stop loss, they don't fucking listen, or they just used Robinhood and they got auto stopped out after 3:30 p.m. on SPY options, right? or they just don't listen, just being a degenerate or whatever. They're just putting in too much money, not able to hold that long. You know, if the trade's down 70%, they freak the fuck out because they put in too much. It's like, dude, if you can't afford to risk $40, don't fucking trade. Like, cheap, low risk trades, putting your R multiple max risk per trade. It's like, dude, if people don't want to listen and understand, like, we hold trades when they're down 90% and they come back to life and go green 7 out of 10 times. So it's like, if anything, this trade was the education, and this trade was the trade that gets you shit fucking rich. So there was a fuck ton to learn from this experience and just seeing all the emotions that people were going through and stuff like that. This trade was a great learning experience for a fuck ton of members. And then sometimes it'll go to like 100, 200, go up multiple 100%. You know, that's what our trade on calls did. You know, we were in on these 627, 642 calls at 30 cents. It dropped to 8 cents. So basically the same shit that happened with puts, except this time, instead of this one, this one came back to life up over 300% almost, went to 90 cents. So listen, man, you need to join the group. You need to join the group. You need to experience. We're the absolute best. You need to see this, man. It's like we rarely have losses, but when we are down on a trade, it comes back to life and goes green. We just always trade the fucking trend. Yesterday, trend was fucking puts. Today, trend was fucking calls. Losing is a personal choice. Join the group. It's the first thing down below in the description. You're going to love it. You're going to see there's nothing else like this on the fucking planet. We have the best real-time zero-day option trade alert system on the fucking planet, man. Literally nobody is leaving. Everybody is staying inside of our group. The company is at all-time highs. Every fucking thing is at all-time highs. Everyone fucking loves the group, man. It's the first link down below within the fucking description, man. You guys need to join. You are going to fucking love it. You are going to learn so fucking much. Join the group. It is the first fucking link down below in the description, man. You're gonna see. You're gonna find out. You're gonna see why we're the absolute best. Once you start trading alongside us, you're gonna fucking see, man. Like I said, you guys could have crushed it using that game plan, make your money on your own. But did you do this? Did you buy fucking calls right here, hold through a fucking 70% drop and sell towards the peak when it went up 200%? Did you fucking do that, man? It's the cheapest, lowest risk, best fucking plays, man. We're gonna get you in on the best setups to this prices. We're already trying to get you in for fucking free, so you use the curriculum, you use the game plans, you make money, and then you join here for fucking free. We're already doing that for you, but we're not just doing it for that reason. We're doing it to make you better, to make you self-fucking sufficient. If you don't want to join, then fine, don't fucking join. But like, dude, we're giving you the best game plans, the best curriculum to make fucking money. We want you in here. We understand that. It's like, well, we want them in here. What do we have to do? We have to show them that our levels work, that our curriculum works. We have to make them money before they even join the fucking group. We have to give them the opportunity to be self-sufficient. We're looking for some experienced people, right? And if you're not fucking experienced, then just get the fucking and follow the fucking trades. If you have experience, then take us up in terms of, okay, this guy has system that works. I'm going to use levels. I'm going to use his curriculum. I'm going to make money. And if it works, then if it makes sense for me to join this group, if that makes sense for you, join the fucking group, come in here, print, trade alongside us, fucking win. We have the best trade alert system. We've already proven to have the best game plans and the best curriculum that's simple in terms of the rarity of the setups, that works. That's fucking phenomenal for beginners. Also phenomenal for experienced traders who want to learn something that works and it's simple and anyone can use in terms of what is that I teach. It's very, very simple and it works. It's highly effective. And you can compound your account and the rarity of it, and you could respect and learn the process of it. Like I said, be patient. Now we're waiting for calls to oversold levels. And then you come in here, you fucking see decades of experience, real-time trade alert systems, multimillionaires printing non-fucking stop on our trading floors. Like, dude, you guys need to join the group. It's first link down below in the description. With that being said, we're going to absolutely crush tomorrow. Looking forward to watching and potentially trading on BLSH. Going to be tracking that for a day trade and also potentially a swing trade. We're going to absolutely crush it, man. Join our group. We're already well aware. We're waiting for a pullback opportunity early into the middle of the week, and we're waiting for a call opportunity. We're going to fucking crush it. Market's going to have a strong bullish closing week. We will continue to fucking crush it, man. I'm telling you, if you're serious about making money, it's the first thing down below within the description.